Pinakes may be plural of pinax, a votive tablet that served as a votive object deposited in a sanctuary or burial chamber. The Pinakes was a bibliographic work composed by Callimachus that is popularly considered to be the first library catalogue. Its contents were based upon the holdings of the Library of Alexandria during Callimachus's tenure there during the 3rd century BCE. History. The Library of Alexandria had been founded by Ptolemy I Soter about 306 BCE. The first recorded librarian was Xenodotus of Ephesus. During Xenodotus's tenure, Callimachus, who was never the head librarian, compiled the Pinakes, thus becoming the first bibliographer and the scholar who organized the library by authors and subjects about 245 BCE. His work was 120 volumes long. Apollonius of Rhodes was the successor to Xenodotus. Eratosthenes of Cyrene succeeded Apollonius in 235 BCE and compiled his Tetragmonocopites Megalis Bibliotheques, the scheme of the great bookshelves. Quote, in 195 BCE Aristophanes of Byzantium was the librarian and updated the Pinakes, although it is also possible that his work was not a supplement of Callimachus's Pinakes themselves but an independent polemic against, or commentary upon, their contents. Description. The collection at the Library of Alexandria contained nearly 500,000 papyrus scrolls, which were grouped together by subject matter and stored in bins. Each bin carried a label with painted tablets hung above the stored papyri. Pinakes was named after these tablets and are a set of index lists. The bins gave bibliographical information for every roll. A typical entry started with a title and also provided the author's name, birthplace, father's name, any teachers trained under, and educational background. It contained a brief biography of the author and a list of the author's publications. The entry had the first line of the work, a summary of its contents, the name of the author, and information about the origin of the roll. Callimachus's system divided works into 6 genres and 5 sections of prose, rhetoric, law, epic, tragedy, comedy, lyric poetry, history, medicine, mathematics, natural science and miscellanies. Each category was alphabetized by author. Callimachus composed 2 other works that were referred as Pinakes and were probably somewhat similar in format to the Pinakes, but were concerned with individual topics. These are listed by the Suda as a chronological Pinax and description of didaskaloi from the beginning and Pinax of the vocabulary and treatises of Democritus. Later bibliographic Pinakes. The term Pinax was used for bibliographic catalogues beyond Callimachus. For example, Ptolemy Elgarab's catalogue of Aristotle's writings comes to us with the title Pinax of Aristotle's writings. Legacy. The Pinakes proved indispensable to librarians for centuries. They became a model to use all over the Mediterranean. The later influence can be traced to medieval times, even to the Arabic counterpart of the 10th century, Ibn al-Nadim's Alfihrist. Variations on this system were used in libraries until the late 1800s when Melville Dewey developed the Dewey Decimal Classification in 1876, which is still in use today. Bibliography. Texts and translations. The evidence concerning the Pinakes is collected by Rudolf Pfeiffer, Callimachus, Volume I, Fragmenta, Oxford, Clarendon Press 1949, FR 429-456. Whitty, F.J. The Pinakes of Callimachus, Library Quarterly 28, 1/4, 132-36. Whitty, F.J. The Other Pinakes and Reference Works of Callimachus, Library Quarterly 43-3, 237-44. Studies Bagnall, R.S. Alexandria, Library of Dreams, Proceedings of the American Philosophical Society 4634862. Blum, R. Callimachus, The Alexandrian Library and the Origins of Bibliography, trans. H. H. Wellish, ISBN 9780299131708. Corven, N. Callimachus and the Pedestrian Muse, in A. Harder et al. Callimachus II, Hellenistic Gromingana 6 17384. West, M.L. The Sayings of Democritus, Classical Review 142.